Part 4 of creating an off-grid school bus. Unfortunately, my ceiling was not tall enough for a shower, so I decided to do a small roof raise. I started by building a frame for how I wanted it to look. And then to get my slope, I set a line laser at a 45-degree angle and pointed it at the bus roof. This will give me a rough cutout. If you can't tell, I'm kind of making this up as I go. I then used an angle grinder and a sawzall to cut the bus roof. I then set the frame I built out of treated wood on top of the roof. As you can see, my angle is only slightly off, so I reshot the laser and cut it to get it perfect. I bought a bunch of sheet metal and cut it to fit my frame. My frame is 3 feet wide and is going to add 1 foot to the top of the bus. The sheet metal I used was 16 gauge. I slid the new sheet metal under the front of the bus for a perfect seam. And I used screws with rubber washers to keep the water out. I used paper to make a template for the back of the bus. I did this by getting a ridiculous amount of measurements. I taped the paper on the metal and cut it out. A perfect fit is definitely worth the work. For the sides, I just set the metal up there and traced it. My father helped me screw on the big side. Now this is my first time working with sheet metal, and I've never welded it either, so I had my brother-in-law come over because he has experience with welding. We have this old electric welder that we've never used, which works okay, but it's not great, especially for thin sheet metal. So we end up mostly tack welding the roof. We made sure to get all the seams. I did manage to get the whole front of the bus welded and smoothed out. After that, I caulked all the seams super good with this Quad Max caulk. And then I painted it. For some reason, the paint looks a little darker, but that's alright because I'll probably paint it all again when I'm all done. Now I decided it would be cool to have a skylight over the shower, so I bought a $60 RV skylight. Then I found the middle of the shower and cut a hole out. Next I framed out the hole with treated wood. I traced the skylight and then I used a drill bit to pilot out the holes. Then I caulked around the hole. I used lots of screws to create a very good seal.